What's one or two things you were trying to take away from today?
I've known Fred for a long time, and he actually was the person who got me to be. I mean, it was because of this being on your show that I went on your show as well. And so, but at the same time, I mean, there are certain things that scare me, I suppose, like you with the Facebook Live. And then who actually sees that? Is it just your friends that you've engaged with before, or can you do it outside?
Well, the point is to get your group to share your Facebook Live. So, for instance, the morning shows, we have to do a Facebook Live, even though we have to do it when we want to do it. Let your neighbors enjoy it, I hope you enjoy it. But we have to do it, we do it, right? Turn it on. And we always suggest or ask others off cam, share that when you see it. So I'll start with 10 viewers before I know it, I got 100, and then somebody from Florida, somebody from Greece. Right? So it's really about the momentum of continuing to encourage other people to share what you have. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you want to learn a little bit about Facebook Live then?
Yes.
All right. Go.
So talking about Facebook Live, which is brutally important, you have to understand that Facebook has an algorithm, right? And they're also in the business of competing with Instagram and Snapchat. So they place a huge importance on uploaded videos and live videos specifically. Because it's not, and these guys will tell you, it's not friends, it's friends of friends, right? And my second piece of advice, there's a reason why you guys should have 5,000 friends. I don't know why you guys don't max out your friends. I don't understand this at all. Because after the 5,000 friends, you get followers. These guys will tell you. Then it's friends and friends of friends and friends of friends of friends. And it increases the viewing rate of those videos by the shares and the re-clicks of the content you create. And don't ever be afraid of creating content. Trust me when I say this. Don't be afraid of creating content. That's the number one thing I hear about podcasts, videos, live stream. Just do it. Just do, what? You have something of value or you wouldn't be in business. Just do it. Okay, don't be afraid of it.
Okay. Once you do the Facebook Live, guess what I do with that Facebook Live? I post it to all the Facebook groups. This is a video of me right here at Lee Honish's event, and there was 100 realtors there. And I posted it, I don't know, 82 shares, 4,332 views. Perfect. Who wants to see an overweight Jewish white man? Okay, I'm sorry. I had to throw that in.
Well, here's the whole thing. And don't get overwhelmed by that number, please. I say this all the time, especially with people who start out doing podcasting. If you get one person who watched it, that's one person who knows more about your business. Don't get hung up on being viral. It's so hard to be viral these days.
Do you know that video right there got me a loan for $15 million? Just let you know. These guys right here are getting me 10 leads a day. Okay, you got questions?
Well, just a quick one. How do you feel about having a separate Facebook business page as opposed to your regular?
I don't.
Yeah.
So you can.
I know the stance, and I do have business. I have pages, okay, for separate product. But I read a really great book over the past year on the topic, and if you're not brave enough to post it on your timeline, why are you posting it?
So
I understand the algorithm issue.
Well, not even that though. I actually have a business page. Is actually me.
Same thing.
It's a branded business page. The reason why I did it is so I can pay for ads. You can't pay for ads without a business page. So I actually just branded my personal self. I actually I don't do anything, or we don't use our business name because we want to connect with people. It's all about connecting people. We share from our business page and we share our personal page, so it's the same idea.
Same idea. And here's the other thing, and this goes to all of you that are on Facebook. Don't take offense to what I'm about to say. You all do Facebook wrong. You really do. You guys think that you're so self-important. I'm going to get in trouble. You think you're so self-important telling me about your selfies and where you are and what you're doing. If any of you go on my Facebook right now, which I leave public, all you're going to see are pictures of me with my daughter and pictures that make you think that I'm a warm and fuzzy guy. Okay? You know why? Because I use it like a business card. I don't use it and trust me, and Fred will tell you, I put everything on Facebook. I just don't put it on my final timeline. You can remove stuff from your timeline and leave it out in space. just remember, people are looking you up. Please remember, people are looking you up.
Well, you're a wealth of knowledge, and I'm going to get Jenny's question, but I have a specific question for, I believe, you. I think you're the guy who's going to answer this. What's your question, Jenny?
It's actually two. One, because we live in a demographic area that is 55 plus, our salon really does a lot more on Facebook because it seems like more based that way as opposed to Instagram. We do both. With the algorithms, I use Hootsuite to do my posting. Is that outdated? Because we do about 3 to 4 posts a day on Facebook at different times. Am I doing too much? Do you have any suggestions with that? And then as far as the timing, are there certain times of day for this demographic that are more beneficial to have?
Right. Well,
Go ahead.
Well, go ahead.
It's the algorithm question.
Right. I guess it depends on well, your demographic, you're right in your demographic. That's the largest segment of Facebook that's growing is the 55 and older communities. But I mean, really, you have to look at your numbers. So I'm all of a data person, and what are your numbers showing? What interaction you getting? You know, when you post, you want to. Personally, I look at your metrics, and I don't know if maybe you can give her a little better.
I'm kind of an old school cheater on this topic. I still believe that if I'm driving a lead, if we're talking specifically a lead click track, right? I still believe much into Facebook. For the down and dirty guerrilla marketing, it's Facebook groups. Because you're finding them on a very specific topic in a very specific city. I'll go back to what we did for Sammy, what we were talking about at the table. He's got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu facility in the city of Covina. It's a very unique value proposition. And I have to be very realistic about my expectations on those leads that I drive, right? If I'm getting 10 people just looking at the forum, I'm winning the game, okay? To get them over the hump, I've got to just figure out the value proposition that gets people to fill out the form. That's it, okay? There should be no reason for anybody to go, I don't want a free trial after they've made the step to look at something that they've engaged with. It means that I didn't create, my fault. I didn't create a big enough value proposition for them to fill out the form and have somebody call them to invite them over.
And what you're saying, when he's talking about his lead generation, you're talking about more of a branding aspect.
Right.
Oh, you're just talking straight up branding?
Yeah, that's.
Are you on Instagram and Twitter? I mean, I wouldn't use Facebook.
Well, for demographic, Facebook is.
Yeah, and it would still be Facebook group.
Ninja Blaster.
Ninja Blaster, but you want to do, here's the problem with the Ninja Blaster. It's a machine, and so is Facebook, and they're watching for algorithms on automatic posting. So you've either got to set them so far apart that it doesn't catch, but you've got to post it erratic times.
When you take your Facebook post, you can set up Ninja Blaster to be able to take the post and you can delay it from going from one group to the other. What Ninja Blaster was doing to me was putting me in Facebook jail. And once you get in jail, it sucks because you get
You're out of the game for 30 days.
But you can't respond to them, and it sucks. And you want to, but so what I had to do is I had to separate every 2 to 3 minutes, and you can tell Ninja Blaster, okay, I want you to post every 2 or 3 minutes, but you take your good content post, and then Ninja Blaster does it while you're sleeping. And they're like, what were you doing at 3 in the morning posting on this Facebook? No, I wasn't. It's like an oil well.
Yeah.
It's doing the work for me. I just tell it what to do. She has a question.
Really quickly, and to go back to your point, now remember, we'll use Sammy as the example here, right? I've still got his website written all over everything, and now those people who've looked at the forum or made the click or made the jump, they now know who he is and where he's located. So it's, again, I will always say this even about Brandon. What's your value proposition? There are a million of you doing what you do. Why are you special? Right? So even if you're just branding a topic, tell me it's a world-class facility with world champions. Make me want to take that next leap.
All right, go ahead.
I'm very excited to be here, and this is very, very overwhelming because I'm not
Don't be.
savvy. So I work in home care. We send the caregivers into the home to support the elderly. So our target communities are 55 years plus.
Which is not Facebook.
Which is not Facebook.
Right.
But
Don't
the
use
majority of the referrals will come from the children. And I'm saying, so how do I even begin to use this to my advantage?
Good question.
I suggest definitely starting with a good online presence. The website should be clean, optimized, get on every platform like Yelp and Google,
Yes.
get all that stuff just dialed in, because your clients and the kids, they are all over the internet.
Number
Yelp,
one
Google
is
Places,
reviews.
Google
The more
Shows.
reviews you get, the higher you come up on the search engines. Somebody was looking for a slingshot in Newport Beach, and I said, what did you type in to find me? He said, slingshot rental, Newport Beach. I came up number 4 because I have 20 reviews.
Yeah, it's kind of
But
hard.
all 5-star reviews. So the more reviews that you get, more likes on your business page, the higher you come up.
Yeah, make sure you set up what they call a Google My Business page. And that's how you've done a search, and it's like usually 3 businesses that have like their name. So you have your ads on top, then you have your what we call it a map pack.
Did everybody hear what he said? Google My Business. Does everybody know what that is?
So if you've done a search on, who here's done a search on Google? Right? I mean, everybody, I imagine. The stats say so. But what a Google My Business page is, what it allows you to go in what we call the map pack or the snack, just different terms. But you have your ads on top, obviously, and just underneath that, you'll see a map with like little red dots, right, for the businesses. So you want to try to get, I mean, obviously, everybody wants to be ranked in there, but if you don't have a Google My Business page, you don't even have a chance of being in those 3, because that's where a majority of calls, I mean, Google stats say that the number 1 position gets most of the calls. That's just the way it is. So you want to try to get in those top positions, whether with reviews. And
So what do we got? Google My Business. We got Ninja Blaster.
Oh,
we got
there's a lot.
Facebook News Marketing.
Yeah, there's a book called 101 Free or Nearly Free Things on the Web. Look up the book, get it. If you're a starting out business, I believe that's the title. But if you put that in, you're going to get close to the actual book. He's been updating it over the last 3 years, but it's Yelp, Places. It's everywhere your business has to be. And when you start to get into this deep, it's always going to come back to one topic, and I hate to say it. You've got to be creating content for the web. If you want your business found, nobody likes this answer out of me, okay? I don't care if it's photos, I don't care if it's audio, I don't care if it's video, okay? You have to create content on the web, period, to be found.
Mike, how do you get number 1 on Yelp?
I believe that I got number 1 on Yelp. I started with a high advertising budget that gave me a lot of clicks, and I became relevant, very relevant. I have my Yelp listing is very informative, great pictures, of course 5-star reviews. I'm 5-star rated, and I was getting a lot of traffic, and I was getting a lot of leads, but I wasn't seeing the conversions that I was expecting, so I cut the Yelp budget off completely, but it kept me optimized, and I've been up there for over a year now. I'm number 1, number 2 in Palm Springs for anything having to do with car service, limo service, party buses, limos, and then on the delivery side as well, if you type in courier service, you type in delivery. Now Yelp also delivers food, so with the restaurant and the food delivery, there's a little bit of a conflict there, but for every other category, I'm up there.
Okay, did you guys hear what he said? He said he was paying for Yelp, he stopped paying, but he was still number 1. Is that smart? That was kind of like by fault. He just said, I want to stop paying for it, but he's still getting all the leads from it. Okay, guys, I want to be respectful for everybody's time. If you guys want to stay around, these guys can answer questions. I don't know what their time schedules are. I know Bryan is nice enough to spend his time. And I just want to say thank you to Bryan, thank you to Indian Wells Country Club, thank you to Lee Honish, thank you to Frank and Dave. I mean, all the people that have come to share their knowledge, you guys are very lucky you just got this information. And if you would like, and thank you to Aaron and Mario and everybody, so I'm not missing anybody, but if you would like, these guys are going to be here. Mario's going to go play the piano, and you're welcome to stay around and ask, suck information from these guys' brains. They're here to help you. And do you want to say anything?
Just one quick addendum to the question that they were answering last. When it comes to